everyone, Danielle here from Vantage, and this is part 2 of our tagging video series, where we'll dive into newer tagging features in Vantage. Since our last video, Vantage launched a tag management settings page, where you can see all your provider tags and virtual tags together in one place. From here, you can now hide tag keys that you don't want showing up as filters or grouping options in reports. This is helpful in cases where you have a number of tags and want to hide ones that you do not use for reporting. A major addition is percentage-based allocation for virtual tags. This lets you allocate costs using fixed percentages, which you define manually. When you have predetermined cost splits, for example, an internal agreement that security or marketplace costs should be split 60-30-10 across different teams, percentage-based tags lets you bake that allocation directly into your reporting. We also introduced tag key collapsing. So as your cloud footprint grows, it's common for different teams or even different providers to use different tag keys for the same concept. For example, your AWS resources might use an env tag, or Azure resources might use a lowercase environment tag, and another team might use a capital environment tag. And instead of treating these as separate tags and reports, Vantage lets you use tag key collapsing to group them under one canonical key. You can even choose to collapse keys only for specific providers, which is helpful if naming is inconsistent in one cloud but standardized in another. So when would you use each different tag type? Well, custom value tags are great for normalization and cross-provider alignment. For example, you'll unify tags like capital dev or lowercase dev or development. And you can use this when you need consistent naming across accounts and providers. Cost-based allocation tags let you allocate costs proportionally based on other cost patterns. For example, split a shared support fee based on usage. And you'll use this when you want allocations tied to actual spend behavior. With business metric allocation tags, you'll allocate based on external drivers like CPU hours, user seats, or revenue. You would use this value when cost allocation should follow true business usage rather than spend alone. And with percentage-based allocation tags, allocate in fixed percentage splits, which are useful for negotiated or internal chargeback agreements. You'd use this when you want the simplest control over cost splitting without usage or proportional drivers. And finally, when would you want to use something like tag key collapsing versus other options? Well, tag key collapsing is useful when tags already represent the same concept and you just need to merge inconsistent key names. This will keep the original tag values intact, but clean up your reporting. You might want to use something like hiding tags when a tag key is noisy, irrelevant, or shouldn't be used in analysis at all, and this will remove it from your report filter so no one else uses it in reporting. And finally, you would use something like a custom value virtual tag when you need to transform or map values, combine multiple tags into new logic, or create a brand new reporting dimension that doesn't exist in your provider tags. In short, collapse for cleanup, hide for clutter, and use custom values for newer logic. That's part 2 of our tagging series in Vantage. These new features give you more flexibility, clarity, and control over how costs are tagged, grouped, and reported, all in service of better visibility with chargeback models. Head over to the docs for walkthroughs of each tag type with various use cases.